And this meal, we're going to cook in the oven. And the directions say to cut the plastic to vent, and then it goes onto a cookie sheet and into a preheated 350-degree oven for 40 to 45 minutes. That's a long time to wait for dinner if you're really hungry. Actually, it's a long time to wait for dinner whether you're hungry or not. So if you're really hungry and you don't feel like waiting 40 to 45 minutes, you can cut a slit in the film and microwave for 4 minutes. Then after 4 minutes, remove from the microwave, stir the potatoes, and rotate the meatloaf. Then replace the film and cook for another 2 to 4 minutes. And then you let it rest for 2 minutes. After cooking for an additional 2.5 minutes, for a total of 6.5 minutes, and resting for 2 minutes, our Marie Callender's meatloaf and gravy frozen dinner is ready to enjoy. We tried the corn first, which is usually foolproof in frozen dinner. And this corn looked great, as I expected. So into the old pie hole it went. Then right back out of the pie hole it went. I couldn't get that corn out of my mouth fast enough. This corn was awful. It tasted old and it was dry. I know, I could have added some butter to help the corn, but that's not the point. I was convinced this was beef corn. Next we tried the mashed potatoes by themselves, and they were pretty decent. Not the best mashed potatoes in a frozen meal, but also far from the worst. Next, we cut the meatloaf in half to take a peek inside. And to me, it looked a little bit dry. What did you, the people, think? But once it was in my mouth, it wasn't dry at all. It was just the opposite. It was moist, tender, and actually pretty tasty. It's amazing how quickly your opinion can change when you have a mouthful of hot meat. If you noticed in the ingredient list, they use rolled oats as a binder, also known as oatmeal. The first time I saw someone use oatmeal and meatloaf, I didn't really know what to think. That was until I replaced the breadcrumbs in my meatloaf with oatmeal. And to me, it gives the meatloaf a much better texture. If you've never tried oatmeal in your meatloaf, I highly recommend it. Now it's time for the obligatory final bite of everything. The meatloaf and gravy, mashed potatoes, and corn. I know some of you don't like mixing your food together, but I love mixing my food together, and I think it helped in this case. The meatloaf and mashed potatoes and gravy were good, and they were almost good enough to cover up the taste and texture of the corn. After 40 minutes in a 350-degree oven, our second Marie Callender's meatloaf and gravy meal is ready. When we took the plastic off, I was at a loss for words. Where are the mashed potatoes? Remember in the beginning I said to remember the title of this meal? On the front of the box, it said meatloaf and gravy.